Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Diane, the Axe Razor Stylist. This is how I put together this Project Source cabinet. It is a hot mess. I had this delivered for free from Lowe's.com. It is a 36-inch kitchen cabinet, and it is one of these RTA cabinets ready to assemble, and it's by Project Source. It's 36 inches, and I ordered the white. This was $94. It has like little black feet on the bottom. When you get this, you need to cut open the box and get it out of here, but be very careful to make sure you don't mix up the pieces, because it's really confusing because the instructions don't tell you enough information. They don't tell you the letters right. They don't mark anything. So you want to mark them yourself. So I got some masking tape and something to write what they are on here. A, B, C, D, you know. FedEx basically just left it by my door for me to bring in myself. I'm going to mark all these. I have everything lettered according to this book. This is A. This is the side of the cabinet. This part's the back of the cabinet, but this is the side, and just like that, and that's B. The things for the drawer, and this is the bottom of the drawer, L. One-sided shelves for the drawer. So this is the part of the drawer. O is for the brace that goes under the drawer when you put it together. K is for the sides of the drawer. You have two of those. Let's see how they're finished on the top. J is for the back of the drawer, finished on the top. H is for the front of the drawer. That's H. C is the bottom of the cabinet, the whole cabinet, the bottom. You can tell from here, those are where the feet go in these little slots. N and D. D is smaller. D is for finished on one side, done on one side. N is for not done, and it has this on it. Those are braces that are used inside the cabinet. E is for exactly the same. Go across the top or something. M is the shelf. It's just one board and sticker. This is the front of the cabinet. This is where the hinges go. And you can see they're finished like that. These are both B. Then you get a box with all the hardware. Our mini fixed shelf. So those are the silver ones with the black on them. Cam locks. And when you put these in, you want to make sure they're upwards and facing the arrow out. They're the wooden dowels. The silver ones are these, the 5/8. The black ones are the 1 1/2. Pads that go on the inside of the drawer, 2 of them, and then 2 of them on each cabinet door go on that in the corners. Bumpers. Legs. These little rubber pieces on the front are what holds the toe kick in. You buy the toe kick. Screws into it. Hinges. These are for the doors. The drawers. Okay, so this is A and B. So they go like that on one side. You see it's right where it lines up in the back how you do it. One on that side, one on that side. They're like the smaller holes. The same here. Then it goes in the smaller hole in the corner. Smaller hole in the corner. And it's on A and B. Exactly the same. I'm at this point right now. The legs aren't screwed in right now. They're just sitting there just so make it easy for me. They're just sitting where they're supposed to be. See, they go in there like that and then they get screwed when you get to that point. And this part goes on the outside. This is where that goes. Just like that. Just like on the top. Exactly the same. That's the bottom of the cabinet. You have the dowels at the top here by the feet, and then the little screw adjustments on the corners. The dowels and the drawers. These don't have any. This one has the screw. This one has the dowels. This one has the screws, like the little metal thing that this thing, that's what I mean by screw. And then it has that. That's the D and the N. And then E are exactly the same. And they're like that. Phone number on here? Oh, there is. Maybe I should call it. When you're putting on the runner, there is no pre-drilled hole for the 5/8 screw. So you have to create a hole and then you put the Euro screws in that hole and it lines up here in that hole. When you do these, you need to loosen them and then screw them all the way in to the plate before you start attaching them to the cabinet. And this is how they go, like this. This is the top, so that when you put the drawer in, it'll go in like that. When you put these on, you want to make sure you turn them all the way up to the top so that they're locked into place. So this is how it comes. You got like this, two pieces. So you can see they're like stuck in there. They're stuck in there really good, right? So they're really hard to work with. So you gotta loosen them up and then tighten them all the way through and get through it like this. I'll show you on this one. You have to loosen it and then tighten it all the way through. This is really difficult. Like that. And then you attach it. Now that's this part. And you just like, these are so hard to pull apart. Just put them in their little hole. And then you turn them to the right. Those are done. You have something like this as you go further by putting the drawer together. You have H, Okay, K. And then you have one of those screws that screw in with this here. And now I'm gonna put this part that slides in for the bottom of the drawer and then put the end on. And then you have like little screws that go in on each end right here. Now the drawer's put together. I got all the screws in it, except I gotta put 2 more screws right here. So there's like these holes you gotta put the 1.5 inch screws in. It's like on the side, the bottom, this part, this part, this part, now this part. And then the tracks go on. I've got these screws in there like that. I screwed this one in here, but it was like crooked, so I unscrewed it because I didn't want it to like rub in here and get caught. Now I'm going to take all these pieces and assemble them in the other room because the cabinet's really heavy. This illustration right here on page 9. And then I put the other side on, which should be B. And then I need D. Yeah, I got D right there. Okay, all right. I'll put this together and show you what it looks like. So far, this is what it looks like. That's C at the bottom, A over here, E here, E here, in here, and D there. Now I'm gonna take B and it goes on the top. But I have to put the back in first. So I have to slide that in. Now I'm at this point where it's like really difficult to line everything up. So you have to line up everything perfectly. And before you like tighten, time to use the mallet and just like hammer it all nice so that the dowels are in there and everything. Put the feet on. I think it's the next step. Yeah, screw the feet on. You want them to support this here, so you want to screw them in so that they're in the holes in there where they're supposed to be. Let's see if I can find them. Yeah, like that. And you just screw them in with the 5/8 screws. So just like that, you screw them in, this little thing comes off. So yeah. Just make sure it's pushed in all the way when you go to screw these in. The drill kind of strips them, so you gotta be really careful with the drill. Those are on. That was a pain. Now I'm going to put the cabinet doors on. This is extremely hard to get these things. You gotta press them. Yeah, I'm gonna lay it on its side and just do it that way, and then turn it and then lay it on its other side and put the other one on. These little hinges, you gotta press them in while you're putting them on. That's what's so hard about it. It took me 45 minutes to get the snaps on. Now the snaps are on, but the doors are like crooked. So I don't know how to adjust these. So I guess I gotta figure it out. See how it like falls right there. It's not in the hinge right. So see how they come out. So I'll have to figure this out. I'm not sure if they're actually in all the way. Do not know how to adjust these cabinets. They're the doors, I keep trying, and I'm just gonna have to do some research and figure it out. I'm sit overnight. I'll put the drawer in. It's a really big cabinet, by the way. It probably would have been better if I got one with one door instead of 2 doors. The 5/8 screws with the little roundness on them are the ones that you're supposed to use for the toe kick, and I accidentally used it. So, but I could buy a screw. I accidentally used it when I was screwing in the drawers and stuff. So just wanted to let you guys know that. These little screws, you get 4 of these. These are for the drawers, and they're little fatter screws, and you pretty much can identify them. These shelf supports, I couldn't get them to work right, so I didn't even mention it because I don't know what I'm doing. So you have to be able to click these in. So it's going to take me probably a while to get those things to sit right because all they did was flop over and move around. I have to need to watch somebody else's video and figure that one out myself. But yeah. It's the next day, and this is what I got going on. I did it. They're about as good as I can get them adjusted. Well, what I ended up doing was I took this off and this off, and then I put it all together without putting it on the cabinet. Then I turned the cabinet on its side, this side, I had this part off, this part off, this part off, this part, had it all off. Then I put these 2 pieces together, these 2 pieces together. Then I attached this to the cabinet, this to the cabinet, and then I attached the door to this last. And I did that while it was on one side. And then I did the other side. I had turn it over and do the other side. So me physically being able to do this with my strength, I couldn't do it. I couldn't hold the door up. I couldn't do that. That's how I got around it. And so then after I got the hinges on there right, I didn't have them on right because they weren't clipping into the back and in here. And I don't know why this one's sticking out and that one isn't. I think this one's just in right. I'm not sure if they are, but they feel like they're in right. So it's just that one's just a little weird, wanky, you know. So you have to clip it in the back, and then you have to push this in and clip it into that also. So the way to do it is to take the hinges off if you physically can't do it, and then go back and attach to this first, and then attach the doors last while it's on its side, because I couldn't do it with the weight of the doors. So that was the trick to that for me to do it. These shelves, see, I can't get these right. I have to fix those. That's all I'm saying. Couldn't do it right. Tried. They're clipped in a little bit on like 2 of them, I think. Or 3 of them. 3 of them clipped in. But that last one didn't work. It came up. So, yeah. I got this from FedEx today. This is that Lowe's pantry, that RTA pantry from Project Source. I thought it was going to fall over because I have nothing but drywall back there. So I put like 10 2.5-inch screws, and it still felt like it was going to fall over. But it's staying up, and it's staying up enough. And I didn't even think that the soffit will stop it from falling over because I only had that much leeway. Look, 1 inch before the soffit. This is 84 inches tall. And I put the doors on the same way. I put the doors on after everything was put together. Put the shelves in, and then the doors. I already had the hinges like inside all put together. This attached to that. And then the doors I screwed on right here. And that made it really easy. My bracelet's falling off. But it's pretty cool. I love that. And I have a place to put my food instead of like in my second bedroom on a wire shelf. Let me show you what my kitchen looks like so far. Now imagine this gone. This is going to be a countertop, and then it's going to stick out a little bit. Here's the countertop I went with. Butcher block. It's got butcher block oil on it. This is birch. You could pick this up at any home improvement store. It's 4 feet long, 12 inches left, you know, and I just put like some of it here and then some here, just kind of even it out so it wouldn't be top heavy, because I didn't adhere this to it. I just have it sitting there. So this drawer opens up freely. It's perfect. But later on down the road, after I get this outlet updated here and moved up, then this cabinet down here will be pushed back and I won't need that cord in there plugged in. And then this will come out a little bit past the drawer, but I'll still be able to open it up because it clears it. So that's that. But you can see I got all kinds of stuff in here. Works out really good for me. It's a gigantic drawer. Love it. And this fits all kinds of pots and pans. That's my full-size Instapot. There's an air fryer, a toaster oven. I mean, giant pots. It fits everything great. This pantry fits so many things. I love it. It is 18 inches wide, 24 inches deep, and 84 inches tall. You see, I got all kinds of stuff in there. Lots of stuff. And it doesn't fall over either. It's not wire shelving. This is just a towel rack I put on here. And this is a cup holder right here. I love it. I really like this. I thought I was going to do seating, but I chose not to. I chose to just do it like this. This is a utility cart I made myself. What it is just a square box to the width to fit this crate with a top and a bottom. A couple of braces in here, some wheels on it. And then I have these hooks on here for things like this, for when I need to grab them over here and over there. But I have to get like a stool or something to put here, and so that something with a step ladder stool would be great, but I don't know if I can find that. I'm gonna look around just so I can have a step ladder stool and not have a step ladder and a stool. But if I can't, I have a step ladder right there to reach things that are high. But anyway, this works out great for me. I love it. This looks really cool, doesn't it? I mean, yeah. I think this looks nice. It's classic. When I burn candles and stuff, I just have it here and I leave this little thing here on it just to kind of make sure it doesn't burn. I don't know much about butcher block and how you take care of it. I just know you're supposed to oil it, and I asked the guy, couldn't I just sit it on my counter without adhering it to it? He says, yeah, you could do that. It doesn't matter. It ain't gonna move. It's heavy. I'm like, so I did that. So it's perfect. He asked me like what size cabinet and counter. He says, yeah, just make sure it isn't too small for the cabinet, you know, or too big for the cabinet, you know. But yeah, it works. Yeah, I love it. I'm gonna probably have to put something here to hold it, to pull it in and out once I have that pushed up. Maybe something on those doors too. But yeah. All right, thanks. Like and subscribe. Bye.